Dr. Ali?
Yes, thank you. I often get the impression that one of the main reasons that many anti-Muslim Jawakis are they have so much animus towards Islam is because of the fact that the left and many of the media apparatus have actually spent a lot of time sort of propping up Muslims in attacking Christianity and Christians. And this is something I think Muslims need to acknowledge, that this does happen. You know, there are Muslims who are leftists, Muslims that are socialists, Muslims who in the political realm are very popular Muslims who actually do attack Christianity, white people, etc., things like that. And also because Islam is in competition with Christianity, with Christians for conquest, right? So this has been the case for many centuries, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is that coming back to the question of whether or not Islam is compatible with Islam, I said yes, Islam is compatible with Islam because Islamic law actually accommodates both the level of government and the private citizen. Those who are governors, the Muslim governor is the one who has the obligation to actually enforce a lot of the scary things that people, talk about. We talk about the Sharia law and the punishments and things like that. Muslim governors, there's no reason for us to imagine that, at least right now, right? Maybe in the future that they become a fear, or maybe the population will embrace it. We don't know, right? But right now, there's no reason for us to fear that Muslims actually going to change the constitution, change the laws of the land. Even though the laws of the land, to be totally honest, are not even uniform if you think about things from state to state. And that includes things regarding issues of, because someone brought up the issue of age of marriage, the issue of child marriage, among other things, and the place that the common law plays in that. This is something that people need to look up. But I wanted to just conclude with this a part of the presidential speech I didn't state. And I said it doesn't help, of course, that so many Muslim politicians and pundits happen to be committed socialists with nothing positive to say about the merits of America. This is just as concerning for us as it is for others, especially considering how they often act as proxy for moral progressives attacking Christians, Christianity, and the American system and the white population. That notwithstanding, Americans should come to terms with the fact that its moral decay has been self-engineered. Because, when we think about how we understand the Constitution today is not the way that the founders understood the Constitution. A lot of what we talk about as being part of aspect of American values are actually matters that actually originate from moral progressivism, right? So things have changed in America, right? There have been different amendments. It's that it was not the work of Muslims, right? Since it is self-engineered, it was not the work of Muslims. And to quote my 2020 article entitled "A New Political Vision for Muslim America," written during the riots following the death of George Floyd, quote, "There is no causal link between Islam and the rates of divorce, suicide, homicide, incarceration, poverty, vagrancy, child abuse, drug abuse, and other violent crimes in America. Islam bears no responsibility for the unequal enforcement and illicit application of the Constitution, its legislative cancellation of rights by laws like the Patriot Act, or the spread of hate among the sundry classes of intersectional and oppressed people, now setting America ablaze. The same so-called Judeo-Christian civilization so many conservatives boast of is a real target of this newly embraced anti-capitalist, atheistic, hedonistic, nihilistic movement. Instead, all the discontent among feminists, gays, transgenders, racial minorities, and the poor is primarily directed against the world's economic elite and the Judeo-Christian civilizational supremacists. They respond to the historical violations committed against them by elite white Christians and others, not by Muslims. Islam is compatible with the U.S. Constitution because we are permitted to live under non-Muslim rule as religious minorities and obligated to honor the security guarantees we receive from our governments. And those governments promise to protect our persons, property, and dignity. We must honor the person, property, and dignity of our fellow citizens. And while there is anxiety about attempts to alter the penal code for specific crimes prescribed by Sharia law, such as neither the concern nor the courtesy of the common Muslim. These are concerns of those who hold political office. In Sharia, they are called the ahkam sultaniyya, or laws applicable to statesmen, not to the common person. The sin of their non-implementation falls upon the governors, not citizens. They furthermore applied in Islamic polities, not those governed and dominated by non-Muslims.